Hi everyone, it's Laurel, and I just want to take a couple minutes and share with you a project that I've been working on and tell you about a virtual crop that is happening this Sunday, December 5th, from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. over on the Your Paper Pantry Ustream. They're going to be doing some hostess gifts and some home decor items. So if you have an interest in that, go check them out. Your Paper Pantry is a marvelous community for scrapbookers, and I hope you can see this. I'm going to pick it up very gingerly. I know the reflection is bad, guys, but if you can tell what I have here, I have a jar, and let's see how close I can get. Can you see what's in there? I know my lighting is so bad, isn't it? Well, I'm going to go over how I created it, and I'm going to pick up some things inside, but I can tell you it's really pretty in person. What I have here is, this is a jar that I had found, and quite honestly, I keep rubber stamps in it, like single rubber stamps. I had gotten it at my local Marshalls, but you can find them everywhere. When I was young and I was in Girl Scouts, my mom had jars like this, and we made terrariums out of them. You could even use, if you don't have something that's decorative, like an oversized pickle jar, like a 5-gallon glass jar, but it should be a glass jar. I like the height of this. So I'm just going to set it down so I can talk to you about it. Now, I've just gone ahead and tied some trimmings around the top. This is nothing but organza ribbon, some string of pearls, and some white rickrack, and I'm just going crazy with these snowflakes that I got at Michael's, but they are glittery, and I'll just attach them to the rickrack with some glue dots. So that's my top. And then inside here I have some die cuts, and I really wish I could get a top view with this camera. Maybe it's a little bit better, but I'm going to try and take it out as I show it to you. Okay, so this is the Tim Holtz snowman. What I have done, and I have this Tim Holtz snowman, and then I have each of the reindeer from his Sizzix Alteration dies. So what I did was, let's see if I can take these out to show you. Notice that clothespin? I really want to, mention that to you guys. A little bit hard to see, but there's music notes, paper, old text paper on the reindeer, on each of the reindeer. And then I had some Making Memories trim. So this is really simple, and you probably have a lot of this stuff laying right around your house. I did. So I wanted to, always proponent of using what I have. So what I did first was I took some of the medium weight Joann's chipboard that I love so much, and I cut each of the die cuts. I cut the reindeer, and I also cut the snowman out twice. So these guys are actually 2-ply. I glued them together with glossy accents, and then I also die cut my text paper. In the case of the reindeer, I chose to use some vintage music sheets, and I cut them out, one for the front, one for the back. And then I glued those on utilizing Claudine Helmuth Studio Multimatte Medium, and then I went over them with my brayer just to make sure they were good and smooth. I did that with all of the die cuts. Then I went over the edges of the reindeers with some vintage photo distress ink, and with the snowman, he has 2 colors on him of vintage distress ink, or distress ink. The edge is chipped sapphire, a darker blue, and then the body is Stormy Sky. Um, I tied on some of my Making Memories trim, and I hot glued it down. And then for the snowman, I had some of this. You see that? It's kind of a wired silvery ribbon, and I liked it because it stood up. And then I went over the edges of the snowman in glossy accents, and I dipped it in my diamond dust. But what makes this project all come together is the fact that they stand up. So very simply, all I did was I took some clothespins, which you saw on the bottom of the die cuts, attached them to the bottom so that the clothespin was laying as flat as possible. I took my hot glue gun and I made a puddle of hot glue, and then I stuck the clothespin into that puddle and allowed it to dry. I peeled it up off my mat using my Cricut spatula because it's nice and thin. And the reason I did that is because they kept toppling over. The bottom of my jar happens to be slightly curved. But if I picked them up when they were tacky, I was able to kind of push them into the glass in the bottom. So they do stand up. And then I covered them over with my snow. And you could put, and then I also put in a couple tablespoons of the diamond dust as well. And now I have a waterless snow globe, basically. I decorated the top of my jar, set it on top, and voila. Can kind of look all through it. And they are leaning against the glass in the back. You have to play with them a little bit. But you can get them to stand up. So I hope you try this project. I'd like to give credit to Michaels.com. They did a similar project with the jar idea, but they did some styrofoam balls and made some snowmen far more detailed, quite honestly, than this project is. Use what you have. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and I hope you, and a weekend, and I hope you decide to join us over on your paper pantry for the virtual crop. It's on the Ustream channel for your paper pantry. So go over to ustream.com, search YPP or your paper pantry, and join us. Lots to learn. So try making your own. And if you do, leave me a comment. I'd love to see it. Happy holidays, everyone. Bye.